Greetings.
Greetings to everyone. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Those of you on Facebook, welcome and wake up. Wake up, everybody. This is the time that you've been waiting for. What's the real deal with Kwanzaa? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Happy to see you. Happy to be with you. We're getting prepared. The end of 2021 on excellent notes. We're going to discuss healing energy, Reiki, and Kwanzaa. So come on in, everybody. I just can't wait to see you. It's about our energy healing superpower. That is Kwanzaa. Mhm. Yep.
Peace and blessings, Reverend Niamo.
Bola, don't you mess up my name. Greetings, greetings, my sister. Greetings, my sister. Nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. So, I usually hear the music at this time that is playing for our introduction. I'm not hearing it in the moment. And, I make my own music. So, wake up, everybody. Dun, 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 dun.
It's
Everybody,
time to get up. Stay
time
woke.
to get up.
Stay woke.
Say
Stay
woke,
woke.
say woke. Yes, indeed.
Is there anything that the participants need to be fully engaged in the session this morning, Niamo?
Attention. They may want to jot some things down. They may want to make sure they visit the official Kwanzaa website at some point.
Already.
But actually, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Hmm.
Excellent. Thank
Hmm.
you.
Hmm. Oh, here we come. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together. Well, hey, everybody. How's the room? How's the room? Grand rising to everyone. Great rising. Great day in the morning. It is. Some places the sun's not up yet, and some other places it's coming up. We have a lot to be thankful for. We got a lot to talk about. And I want to greet you in the name of the Most High, who has made us all, who has given us wonderful gifts, has given us our energy, the right, the reasoning, the purposeful gift of breath. and speech. And so we're in this Wake Up Everybody community to speak on Kwanzaa and its energy, which is another little take on Kwanzaa. And maybe it is. And I'm seeing that what I'd like to talk to you about today is what's the core value of Kwanzaa and how it relates to our super energy healing, our energy healing superpowers. I sometimes switch that up. Okay. So let's just take some deep breaths and think about Kwanzaa. Think about Kwanzaa. We're going to really look at it as a community vision because that's what it was. That's what Ron Karenga had, the community vision of Kwanzaa. And when we look at it a little bit more closely, we'll see how Pan-African it is. Pan-African meaning universal, not Pan-African meaning people are left out, but Pan-African meaning that everyone's included. All the positive energies you can imagine are included. And the wisdom of combining the Pan-African wisdom, the Pan-African philosophies, if you will, into 7 core values for the elevation of people who had been oppressed is what we will explore. Because when I talk about the energy healing superpower that all of us possess, we can see it not only in ourselves, but we could see it in what our communities and our leaders and our activists have created. Okay? And Kwanzaa is one such entity that has been created, okay, by the grace of God, as are several other groups in our community that are doing profound things, profound contributions they're making. So
No,
as
she-
to never practice Kwanzaa or never attended an event, let me just make sure my everything's stable here.
Yeah,
Me, it said,
just
all right,
repeat your question. You froze for a minute.
okay. I don't know what's going on in the heavens. My the internet, my box is right here. There's no reason why I should be freezing, but I may freeze. And if I do, I'm still here and I can hear you. So just give it time to recalibrate, okay? I am here. All right. Anybody here who has not attended a Kwanzaa event, just put it in the chat or yeah, that would be the way. All right. So it looks like everybody has. Oh, Brandon Smith, you have never attended a Kwanzaa event. Okay. Anybody else? I have not. Deborah, okay. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Good. And Adam has not either. Okay. And Tiffany has not. Okay. Very good. All right. So this is really great because this is out of 12, 15 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 of you, as people come on, maybe more, but that's almost like a third, right? That's almost a third or a quarter of the people here. So that is probably the same thing in our community. Many people have not been involved in Kwanzaa, and I could ask another question, but you could put in the chat why that is so for you. I'll still continue with what it is we want to talk about, which is the energy, which is what I'm prepared to talk about today, which is the energy of Kwanzaa, the energy healing superpower that is Kwanzaa. But you can surely share. I don't know, Tiffany, why it is you have not. I'm not sure why it is any of you have not participated in Kwanzaa. Maybe you have reasons that as we go along, maybe they'll come to the fore for you. Maybe it's been too commercialized for you. How about that one as a reason? Maybe you just like, you mean really in Walmart? Really? It's supposed to be an African activist, elevational, spiritual, universal type of activity. And I got to go to Walmart and buy stuff. What's that about? Okay, I'm not going to talk about the origins. Brandon, I hear you. You come from a family that's always celebrated Christmas. Okay. A lot of families celebrate both. They're not, it's not an either or at all. Okay. So that's just that. That's what I'd have to say to that. All right. Can we have the first page of the PDF, please? We're going to talk about the 7 principles. And now that I know in the room there's some of you who have never been to a Kwanzaa event, that's going to inform how I proceed. Because if everyone had, then we can get deeper into the mysticism of it, the Neo-African mysticism of it. But some of you have not. So the first symbol is Umoja, okay? And just to start off by telling you that all the words of all the principles, the 7 principles, the Nguzo Saba, are Kiswahili in origin. These are Kiswahili, East African lingua franca. In other words, Kiswahili is a language that is spoken all over East Africa, among maybe 10, if not more, countries in East Africa, right? So Umoja means unity. And the subtext of it is to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. And the symbol is this Dagi knot on the left. It's a Pan-African symbol of unity found in several cultures, not just East African ones. Okay? The Yoruba ones, the Hausa, the Bashangu. So several groups have this kind of knot that you can see has elements of almost a Star of David, the intertwining of the symbol, right? And this means that we have to work together. This is a fundamental value of Umoja. You have to work together with your family and community. This means getting over yourself and always being right. That's what unity requires. It's essential that you put down and you let go of difference. Okay? So the second principle, Nguzo, of the Nguzo Saba, is Kujichagulia, and it is self-determination to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. And the symbol for it is the Ahenwa, the Akan throne, the symbol of national identity, cultural groundedness, and rightful governance. So self-determination is an intrinsic value that we have when there's no confusion. We know what to do, right? And so it's especially important for people who have been oppressed and have been signified as commodities and their labor used as slaves, who have been used as slaves, right? So self-determination means liberation, stepping outside of that. All right, Ujima. Collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. Here we have another Ghanaian symbol, the Akoma Nkesao, the Adinkra symbol of shared effort and obligation. And notice how all those 4 points come to a center. Notice how they come to the center. The artists in the room, maybe there's some artists here today. Welcome to the new people who have just come in. Please answer the question whether or not you have participated in Kwanzaa in the past, especially if you have not, because I need to know who has not and what's going on with that. Because Christians can do it, Muslims can participate in it, doesn't matter the background, right? And I want you to notice these curves, okay? We're talking about energy healing. The energy healing superpower, that is the Kwanzaa event. Thank you, sweetness. I see your message. And then we have Ujama, which is cooperative economics. Well, you notice Ujima and Ujama, they seem kind of like it's easy to get those two mixed up, right? But it's all about Harambe, which is another word we saw in the 60s and 70s, which means let's pull together. You do not have Ujima, collective work and responsibility, or Ujama, cooperative economics, without pulling together. And notice that symbol of 2, almost like half moons, you know, embraced or crossing or interacting with one another. 2 interlocking half circles. the Insibidi symbol of togetherness and family. Now, I didn't get to look up where the Insibidi people live, okay? But still, again, you have East Africa, West Africa, and Ujamaa is having our own stores, doing buying and selling among ourselves. And our susus are ways that this has begun in our communities. We're starting susus to build trust among ourselves, right? We have banks. I just heard of an effort yesterday that there's a program to rebuild Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, the Greenwood section of Oklahoma. You know, there's a map that shows all the Black Wall Streets all around the country. There were several thriving communities that were wiped out. And so we have to rebuild. And that's what this is all about. Okay. And that the program is for engineering students to actually look at those buildings and rebuild them. Architecture students and engineering, they're going to strive to rebuild. Isn't that wonderful? So I want you to, if you have the art background, if you have the energy healing background, to look at the curves and the waves that are these symbols. You know, the stool is a circle with a staff, a column in the middle of it, and you sit on it for Kujichagulia. That's self-determination, right? And so, you know, using these concepts, we understand that we have to have unity, we have to be determined, we have to work together if we're going to help the community to heal itself. Those of us who have selected to portray ourselves and step into the community as spiritual healers, spiritual contributors, spiritual artists, cultural artists. We are contributing to this energy flow. It's a tsunami that is coming that we can give energy to if we so will, if we so choose. Okay, let's have the next slide, please. Because I know time is going and I want to get to the points that we're making. All right. I'm going to focus on Nia and maybe not so much Kuumba and Imani before we have a more open discussion. Nia is purpose. It's part of my name, actually, the one who hears her purpose through the universal sound. And it says, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Now, a lot of people think that the traditional greatness means that we were all kings and queens. Okay. But the hieroglyph Nefer that is used to associate with Nia by the Ronkarenga who developed this Kwanzaa is an ancient Egyptian symbol of beauty and good. Beauty and our instinctive good. If I get frozen for a minute, I'll come back if you didn't hear something. So, just to repeat, that symbol Nefer refers to beauty and good. And that's really our traditional greatness, our own beauty, our own goodness. We don't have to copy anyone. So the purpose is to make sure that we're not doing that. Make sure you're not copying anybody, right? Okay. Because, you know, the enemies of progress, of our progress, of business success, they cannot succeed in the face of our fierce energy healing superpower of Nia, Kuumba, Imani, Umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, and Ujama. This is a superpower, all of these principles. And the glyphs, the symbols demonstrate that. Now Kuumba, look at Kuumba. It's like a star that has different lengths of rays emanating from the star. And it means creativity. To do always as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. The 7 vibrations of divine creation. This is a Dogon symbol. This is more northern Africa. Okay, Adam, I see that you have made some comments and others have too. Okay. So, yes, it is feared. Kwanzaa is feared because it is it's an energy healing superpower. It's about a code of ethics. Yes, Adam, thank you for that. And Nsabidi, Tiffany said, is a system of symbols or proto-writing developed in southern Nigeria. So it's probably Igbo, which is part of my background from Trinidad and Tobago. Yay! We're all one. Then Imani brings us back to that point. We're all one. Faith, to believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and righteousness and victory of our struggle. If you're in a world and you have been taken from your homeland, and then when you get into, after you've been kidnapped, you adopt every single thing that your kidnappers have done or are doing to maintain their lifestyle that they attained with your help, with your free labor. Is it really that odd to consider developing something of your own? Or Sankofa, going back to fetch what it is you may have left behind? Energy healing superpower. The Kwanzaa is a Sankofa movement. It is a going back, it is a reclaiming, and it's a restoration. That's another word for the Kuumba, is the restoration. I wrote down the note. Restorative conception of creativity. Creativeness is next to godliness, not cleanliness. Creativeness. Taking what you have and like saying, whoa, what a grace of God. What a grace of the Creator. Okay, so in Imani, we have the Ankh. Let's go there. Faith, to believe with all our heart, right? The ancient Egyptian double symbol of the Ankh, life, and the Djed, pillar, which is in the middle of the top of the Ankh, serves here as a symbol of steadfastness and commitment to the good, the right, and the beautiful in life. That's the Ma'at. Some of you know that term. There's 7 principles with the Ma'at, or seven translations. One is order, beauty, truth. Zakia says, I strive to live the Nguzo Saba. Oh, and she's put all of it in there. Great. Every single day. All right. And that's what we are striving to do. And so I wanted to share with you the Adinkra symbol for energy, because I love it so much. You see my earrings? This is Niamo. Nothing knows what came before all of this that we're in right now. Nothing knows what will go on later on after we leave here, except God. That's what these mean. Okay? Niamo. And then this Ahoden, Adinkra symbol for energy. Look at the swirls. Look at the spirals. DNA is spirals. Okay? That's what it's all about. Knowing how to spiral upward. Knowing how to use what's in our world. We've been given Kwanzaa to use it. Not like it's a must, but to appreciate and have ourselves expand in wisdom and knowledge because we've been given something that we didn't have before. And to remember, oh, it may not replace what I love. My Christmas, my giving of gifts, my Christ, my book, my Bible, doesn't replace any of that. But we are talking about a collective consciousness, a vision for community, which is a positive thing. Okay, so some of you have practiced it, and I want to know now, since we're running out of time almost, on a scale of, what did I say, 0 to 10, 0 to 5, I forgot what I said.
0 to 10.
Oh, thank you. Okay. On a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is superficial or not at all, and 10 is taking the family to events and there's displays and, you know, participating in earnest, where are you? Where are you in the practice and appreciation of Kwanzaa? You may have more of appreciation for it than you do a practice of it, what it means. I'd like to know if where you are on that scale. And for me, 10 would mean you own your own business. You're located and run your business from your home or in your community. You work with other businesses that are local to you or international that are building your community. That's what 10 would be. Okay. So, where are you? Oh, I see we got some 10 Abambola. 9 Sweetness, 9 Louise, 9 Mariness. Okay. Yes. 9 without knowing it, Brandon. Thank you. Cheryl, 10. 8 plus. Teresa, 6. Yes, we're striving. And so I was going to also bring in the energy healing piece about this. Thank you, Cheryl, for that reminder. And where that fits in is the Reiki precepts. The fundamental Kwanzaa principle is umoja. You have none of the other ones unless you have umoja, right? In the Reiki precepts, you have statements that you make that prepare you and ground you for giving people energy. You know, if you're treating people, you have a practice like that to relieve pain, to relieve suffering. This is how we use the Reiki: relieving pain, suffering, calming, ushering in a calming sensibility to a person, to a receiver, being the recipient of the calm. And in order to begin that process, one of the ways we begin the process is that we say, just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not anger. Just for today, I'll be kind to everyone I meet. Just for today, I will obey my master, my God. I will be diligent in that obeying. Just for today, I'll be appreciative of everything in my world. These are the Reiki precepts with which practitioners begin their work with clients. If you're a Reiki practitioner, which is a Comedian-derived Reiki that came to a sister, just like Kwanzaa came to Ron Karenga, Reiki is an energy healing system that came to a sister. If you are a pranic healing practitioner, that came to a medical doctor. It's another form of energy healing. No matter what type of healing you perform, the point is you have some way of beginning. So to say just for today I won't anger and I won't worry, that's like 90% of the job. You're already inside of umoja because you can be easily unified with your fellow person, male and female. Okay? That's where the Reiki comes in. That the Kwanzaa principles lend themselves to a receiving of positive energy. I'm calling it the tsunami of universal spiritual healing energy. It's a tsunami of universal spiritual energy that we will tap to overcome and cleanse the dross, the chaos that we think is there. And we tend not to see the order that is there. And so the Reiki precepts lend themselves nicely to the self-determination, the ujima, the ujama, the kuumba, the nia, the faith, the amani. To just stay anger. You stay unified. One of my favorite quotes from Quran is, "O you who believe, be steadfast, persevere, be unified, observe your creator, that you may succeed." Okay. Oh, good. From Facebook, Stacy shared, "Just for today, I'll be appreciative of everything that I love." Okay. And Sharon shared, "The necessity to teach and exemplify the principles of those to those I come in contact with." Okay. It's more about exemplifying than teaching, I'll tell you. Yes, you can teach them. And people learn from what you do, not what you say. And so I hear you, Sharon. Okay. And Stacy, "You'll be appreciative of everything that you love, and there's an opportunity that the study of Reiki healing energy gives you, that you can appreciate not only the things you love, but the things that you bump up against. It may take a minute. Oh, good. You're a pranic healer. Good, good, good." So my friend Jeff Noble does an excellent job with pranic healing. And so the point of it is, everything can be turned into positive energy. And that's the energy healing superpower that you have. Everybody on this call has that ability to turn whatever it is that's going on into an energy healing superpower by the dint of thought. See, your mojo begins here. And one of the statements that I wrote down, and I wanted to make sure that I mentioned, was that the energy we put into this world is what will be returned to us. So if we put in unified energy, if we're unified with the creator in terms of the energy healing we bring, or the good work that we do, or the excellent service that we render in our communities, it will be returned. It will be returned in the form of all those other symbols of Kwanzaa becoming manifest, because we are trusting. Umoja requires trust. You remove that anger, use your energy, your Reiki energy, your healing energy to remove the anger, remove the, worry, ignore that, move that aside. And you build your muscle of trust. That's the work. Yeah. Okay, Sweetness said, "The energy we put into the world is the energy that comes back to us. It will be returned." Yes, yes.
Um, Rev, can we hear from some of the participants in Zoom? You are generating a lot, and want to make sure that this is a co-created space so that you don't have to do as much work. So let's see, from Catherine, because I know that you are someone that embodies as well as practices the principles of Kwanzaa. So if you're able to share, and raise your hand if someone else in the space would like to share what you've gotten out of this conversation. Because one of the things for me, Rev, is that just you talking about the energies of it, you just amplified. You raised, what's the thing? This is a game changer, the way that you're speaking about it. Because it's beyond just the principles and the words, just how you're speaking about it. It's like a way of being. And I talk about that a lot, but I never think about the Kwanzaa principles in the same way. So thank you for that. And we would love to hear from the community. What's coming up for you as you listen to Reverend Niamo share? So we have Adam who wants to share. So Adam, if you would.
Yes. Good morning, Niamo. Good morning, Wood Nation. I hope everyone is having a great morning. I'm just glad that you I'm just happy that you we are talking about the principles of Kwanzaa, because this lesson has made me look at Christmas totally different. And it made me understand why corporate America in general celebrates Christmas heavy, and they sell it in a way because they know that it has no value. They know that it is designed for consumers to spend a lot of money and to lose authority over their finances and their minds, especially. So I just have a wonderful appreciation for what Kwanzaa is in terms of developing codes and ethics and staying disciplined. And that's what I got out of it.
Oh, I'm so
And
happy
I'm
that's what
complete.
you got. Thank you. Thank you. I would say culture cannot be denied. So I wouldn't deny Christmas culture. Okay? We don't deny how we were brought up. Some of us do. Some of us throw it all away. When I first took my Shahada, my declaration of faith in Islam, like 40 years ago, I threw away all my mystical books. Then I bought them back. And I'm really understanding what you're saying, that you have to identify how it is you've been manipulated. But understand also, get also, and I get it with you, that that's just a culture. That's that culture. Consumerism, it's a culture. Materialism, a way of being. Thank you, Adam.
You welcome.
Thank you, Stacy, for your comments. Anyone else want to your comments online?
Yeah, and Stacy's in the space. So Stacy, do you want to share? Because something opened up for her as far as wanting to take this practice to the next level. And then we also have Stacy's hand is raised, so unmute yourself, and Marinez wants to share too. So go ahead, Stace.
Hello, Grand Rising family. Okay, Goddess Niamo, you are giving me life, child. Look at you. Every time I see you, thank you. The energy is felt all up and through the screen, the Zoom, everywhere. So I just want to thank you for when I was on Facebook and listening to the conversation, I'm remembering back to Kwanzaa, and all of my teachers, second grade, third grade, they made sure we had Kwanzaa in school, our plays, like everything. All my teachers, and I'm amazed at that, looking back at that now, because I don't know how much that's happening now. And then my Aunt Diane, we used to practice Kwanzaa at her home. But what I just started to get for myself was Kwanzaa is in addition to, and all the things that you started saying, are you a business owner? You represent and, unity and community. And I'm like, you said that's a 10. So I was like, wait, so I'm a 10 without even knowing I'm a 10. But what I got for myself, I was like, I thought I was like at a 4 or 5, because Kwanzaa has always been like a side dish, like, like, oh, okay, that's over there. Like, do I want to eat some of that today? Like, maybe I'll have some, but not a dish that I made for myself, right? So now I'm so interested, the powers that be was like, no, you're going to go find out some more about Kwanzaa today, and like to embrace for myself, and even to bring that to my child when he comes home from school, so that we can just embrace it. Because like thinking of it is like, wow, to go deeper and see all of it, how it's energetically connected to who we are. How could I have that as just like a dish that I barely taste? So I want to thank you today for having me expand on my palate. Thank you so much, my energy sister. And yes, Jeff Noble is my teacher and Master Jeff. Thank you so much. Thank
Worthy.
you.
You are worthy.
Ashe.
Ashe.
All right, thank you,
You
Stacy,
too. Thank you.
for coming in. We can always rely on Stacy. If she's touched in Facebook, she's gonna jump on Zoom. All right, Marinez, if you could unmute yourself, and we're gonna spotlight you. There you go, sis.
Sure. Good morning. Thank you so much. As I mentioned in the chat, I feel like this was very empowering. I went to Catholic school and we did learn about Kwanzaa, but for some reason, I always viewed it as a more African American thing. And as a person, obviously, I'm Dominican, my race is Black, and I pride myself on definitely having Black healing teachers. My sound teacher, my shaman, my Reiki healers were all of Black descent, and just kind of making sure that I honor that and that I don't get washed with white capitalism and consumerism, as you mentioned, when it comes to the healing arts, and being a Reiki healer as well, and feeling sometimes like, wow, I should be doing more, I should be serving more. To have you rate ourselves and quantifying it by the different values that you mentioned made me feel like I am doing all of that. I pride myself on making sure that I stay within the community and I empower us as a people, and I offer different services where everybody can reach it, especially Black people and people of color, because I feel like we need it most. So this was very, very, very beautiful in empowering me and connecting me more to my Pan-Africanism. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're worthy. I heard the young people on Clubhouse saying that instead of you're welcome, they said you are worthy. The bearded Black men who read bedtime stories to you at night on Clubhouse. Anyway, that's something else. Okay, Brandon Smith, you can unmute yourself.
Good morning.
Good morning, Great Rising.
So this has been very informative for me. What I get from it is the integration of the parts. So this is like energy medicine here. There's spiritual practices here. There's traditional practices here, cultural practices here. And what you're telling me is that they no longer have to be separate, but really combine them all in to make the parts whole. And for me, that's also a reflection sometimes of what goes on the inside of us, is that we have parts of us, but we don't necessarily bring them all together to make a whole. So holistically, you've helped me not only understanding Kwanzaa and the cultural aspect of it, to be able to combine the spiritual aspect of it. You shouted out my teacher, and but also causing me to do some introspection and reflection to look at what areas am I still compartmentalizing rather than unifying. So thank you for that, and I am complete.
You're worthy. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Now we have Louise Galloway. Before Louise speaks, I just want to say something to the brother, and that is that Naeem Akbar talked about the community of self. You do have to pull the selves together because you've been disparate. Your pieces are everywhere. You have schooling, you have work life, you have television is telling you what to do, all this stuff. So the community of self has to come together, and that's unity. That's intrinsic to Umoja. Okay, Louise, what say you?
Good morning, family. Thank you for this. I have so truly appreciated this presentation. I've celebrated Kwanzaa for at least 25 years. And usually each year, my friends and I, we go to each other's homes and we celebrate each day together. We go around, we talk about, what the principles mean to us. We have our children. And it's a great opportunity because our children get to speak up for themselves and say, what does this mean for me? So a lot of times as us as the adults, the children get to present their philosophies. We get to see how really brilliant our children are when they share all of these things. And those of us who have worked hard in Pan-Africanism, to pass it on to our children, can really hear what they've gained from it, And I just wanted to say, in terms of touching on the whole co-opting of, so many of our things, Kwanzaa was created by Maulana Karenga to really celebrate African people and incorporate, even though it's not something that is of African, like African people themselves celebrated, it was created off of the principles out of there. And so many times throughout the years, I see other people coming in, oh, it's for everyone. It is created for us of African descent to honor ourselves. And so many times we're the only ones that are expected, that we have to just include everyone else and not have something to honor us when we've been the most ones who's our language, our history, our culture, our womanhood, our manhood, all of that have been stripped and raped from us. So I thank you so much for just bringing in this, because, you know, and just also emphasizing that you don't have to be, you know, Christian, or you don't have to just be a Pan-Africanist. You can be Muslim, because there's African people in all different types of religious practices. But this is something that's cultural, that we all can embody no matter what our personal philosophies are. So I wanted to thank you for that. And at first I was going to put a 10, but I don't own a business, but I always support Black businesses. So I have to put it down to a 9. And I'm complete. Thank you.
You're worthy, and welcome, Louise. And please watch the replay, because we did start at the beginning with the a little bit of the history of Kwanzaa, and you just brought it back for those of us who weren't here in the beginning. So I thank you for that. Something about a side dish. Stacy mentioned. Amalia said, I really love Stacy's analogy of taking in Kwanzaa as a side dish. I'm not sure what Stacy said that was a side dish. I missed that one.
No, I had said that I had used Kwanzaa as a practice of like a side dish. Like I didn't take it on. And she said she will now take it on to go deeper as well. She just was saying she got what I was saying.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah. And Sweetness has said that our business is to self-care. For those of us who are like, oh, I don't have a business, our business is self-care. We all have our own business. So taking care of yourself is your first business. So thank you for that. Excellent. So I am complete. If you all are complete and have no more questions or comments, this has been wonderful for me. And I pray that we continue on a blossoming day. And is there anything else from anyone?
Yes, Evelyn had her hand raised earlier. Evelyn, do you still want to come back into the space?
While we figure out whether she's coming back or not, Evelyn is.
I'm here. I'm
Oh, there
here.
you go. I was about to brag on you, Evelyn.
I'm sorry. I got on late today, so I missed most of the presentation. I will try to watch the replay. Okay. But as far as Kwanzaa is concerned, I'm the A+. I've been celebrating Kwanzaa for over 30 years with my children. The young lady that was ahead of me just now, she pretty much said everything I wanted to say as far as us doing celebrating every day, each day, asking each other and our children what the principles mean to them. And it is amazing what our children learn from us.
Yes.
My children are all adults now, but they have taken it on to college with them. They graduated now, but when they were in college, they did Kwanzaa celebrations at their universities. So it carries on. And I just want to point out that we also are celebrating our ancestors when we celebrate Kwanzaa.
Absolutely.
And it's not a holiday. It's not a holiday. Some people think it's a holiday, but it's not. It's a celebration of life. It's a celebration and honor to our ancestors. So they can see what we're doing and what we're learning as we go on in life. I'm complete.
Thank you for that. You are worthy.
Thank you. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace to everyone. It is a way of life. Yes. You'll find in no time at all you have incorporated all these values, and your energy healing superpowers are reinforced and made stronger by incorporating these principles into your life. I am complete and done speaking.
All right. Excuse me. I'm just gonna bring in a couple of the voices and comments that were made on Facebook, so that we can all be enlightened by what they shared. So from Facebook, Sharon shared, I have celebrated and shared the principles of Kwanzaa for the past 30 years. Thank you for taking me to a deeper level. Additionally, from Facebook, We had Stacy, who came in with her voice, that she had just got the urge to learn more about Kwanzaa and possibly take on for herself. I have already kept Kwanzaa as a side dish for to Christmas, a side dish that tasted and a side dish that I tasted and liked, but I never cooked it myself. So yes, Stacy, thank you for coming in and bringing more meaning and depth into that. And I definitely connect with what you said. For myself personally, in school, as Stacy said, we were taught about Kwanzaa. I was a performing arts major in school, so we did dances for Kwanzaa. I thought about it. Why haven't I ever been to an event or hosted one? And I'm gonna say I've never been invited to one to experience it and then bring it into my home for my own interpretation. And I got 6 days to figure it out. So if anybody's in the Brooklyn area who wants to invite me to Kwanzaa, I'm here for it. So yeah, saying that I haven't been invited, I think it might be an excuse because I've learned about it. It's going to be my own family's interpretation, but I still would like to break bread and feast and celebrate with others. And I'm going to just find one more voice from Facebook. See what we have here. So Stacy has said that just for today, I will appreciate for everything that I love. And Sharon added the necessity to teach and exemplify the principles to those I come in contact with. So this conversation sparked a lot of dialogue, both in Facebook and here in the Zoom space. And we're complete for now. We're gonna move into the closing slides. Oh, Stacy put her hand back up. Come on in, Stacy.
I just have a quick, and I'll be very quick because I know that we're wrapping up. Reverend Niamo or Shawnee, I don't know if anybody else had said this in a space earlier regarding Kwanzaa, but I'm starting to remember that there was some energy around Kwanzaa as being like the quote unquote, like fake African. Like, oh, if you're in like people would make you believe or feel like, oh, like you're not really African, so you have Kwanzaa to try to be African. I don't know if any of that came up, but I'm just remembering that, like, it's like, oh, so do I participate, or are people going to make fun of me because they think that I'm trying to be African? So I don't know if any of that came up, but I just
gotta respond. I have to respond. And it reminds me that next week for Kwanzaa, on every day of Kwanzaa, I'll try to do lives, but I'll definitely be doing Zooms at the hour of each principle. So yes, there's been a lot of pushback. The shaitan, the devil, the negativity is always trying to push a wedge between those
Yeah, frozen.
who want to be on. I'm going to address some of that in meditative sessions next week in Kwanzaa at 1:00 on. You can just go to my website, or my web pages actually on Facebook. 1:00 I'll do Umoja on December 26th. December 27th it'll be 2:00 for the second one. At 3:00 for the third one, 4:00, and so on through that week. I'll be doing sessions about Kwanzaa, about the specific principles, where we can explore some more of this, but they would be more like meditative sessions, okay? So I did want to share that with you guys so that you might, get a notice.
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And worthy.
So Reverend Niamo, since we're going to start closing out, you can go over your contact information so that anybody who wants to join you in those sessions next week will be able to find you so that we can
I'll
be
be
invited
announcing.
or get the information.
If you just look at Niamo the Hemobile, or the Hemobile, or Niamo Nancy Muid, you can find me. Okay, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. My email is niamom@gmail, and my website is thehealmobile.com. So I'll be sharing information about those events next week. And, we'll move from there. I hope to see everybody because we need to explore these things. I mean, right now we need it. Right now in the lockdown, post whatever this is we're going through, we need more light. We need more energy. We need more ways of looking at life. And that's what Kwanzaa offers us. Okay? So I hope to see you all. Okay, so you can join the Woo community. Wake up, everybody. Next tomorrow. December 21st, on Tuesday, tomorrow. We'll have Marinez Rodriguez, who will discuss solstice service for self-love. Looking forward to that. And then join us on Wednesday in the Wake Up Everybody community, December 22nd, 2021, for Dare to Stretch. And that will be facilitated by our own Shawnee Benton Gibson. Looking forward to that too, to stretch.
Thank you, Reverend Niamo. So the Woo Nation likes to welcome all new members. Welcome to a community where we come to learn, elevate, and ascend. If today is your first session, please drop it in the chat. We want to acknowledge you and extend an invitation to you to come back tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that. So let us know that you're here so we can speak directly to you. This is the Wake Up Everybody virtual schedule. We are live on Facebook and Zoom 5 days a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30, and Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30. This is Eastern Standard Time. Got reminded last week that we are not all in the same time zones. So thank you for joining us from Central Standard Time and Pacific Standard Time because it's early for you. If you would like notification when it's time to jump on to either the Zoom or the Facebook, please text the word Woo Nation to 74121. You'll get your morning text reminding you it's time to come into the space and wake up. It is the season of gift giving. It is time to stock up on your Woo swag. We've got new merch in the shop. So it's time to get your t-shirts, your sweatshirts, your mugs, your water bottles, your face masks, and now the new Woo journal, the Woo notebook for you to jot down all of this juiciness. You have your laptop bag and your reusable canvas totes. These make great items for gifts. So shop us at bit.ly/Woo swag. Thank you, everybody. Here's how you stay in touch with us. First, you can register at bit.ly/wake up movement. You can join us on Facebook in our private page, and that's at bit.ly/Woo community, or in our public forum, which is bit.ly/Woo Nation. You can follow us on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, on YouTube at bit.ly/Woo on YouTube, and email us at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. We're always looking for new facilitators and admins to keep this program going. At this time, I invite everybody to come off of mute. It is time to rain love and abundance on Reverend Niamo for sharing her juiciness about Kwanzaa with us today. Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you, Reverend Niamo. And I
Thank
love
you,
your
Reverend.
earrings.
Queen and goddess,
Beautiful,
Reverend.
beautiful. Your
Reverend
earrings
Niamo,
on
you
that.
are amazing, amazing,
Thank you,
amazing.
Giving
Reverend.
us
You're worthy,
information
you're worthy,
and
you're
putting it in a
worthy.
way that
You're
anybody
Thank you,
can
worthy,
everyone
you're
relate
who
to.
gave
worthy,
their
Thank
you're
you, thank
input.
worthy.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Love you,
being
everyone.
your
Have a
Thank you,
wonderful
purpose,
day.
Marquise.
and
Everyone
your
for bringing a new
purpose
spin
purpose.
through Kwanzaa. Thank
Thank
y'all
you
so
so
much.
much.
We really appreciate
You're
y'all.
absolutely
Hey,
beautiful.
family, how y'all doing?
Ditto.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for being an inspiration.
Hi,
You are
Lori.
just amazing
Bye. See you next week.
and
Okay.
someone to be. Thank you so much. You're amazing, goddess.
Love
Thank
you
you.
all.
Thank
Love y'all,
you.
family.
Thank you, Wake Up Everybody family. Thank you, Shawnee. Thank you, admin
Thank you,
team.
admin team, for doing a wonderful job.
And we will go head over to your website so I can catch you live, Queen Nancy.